What's going on, everyone? It's time for another film review. Today we're going to talk more of a thriller, sci-fi film called The Last Woman on Earth. It was released August 5th, 1960, and it was directed by Roger Corman, the guy who did The Little Shop of Horrors, The Mask of the Red Death, Death Race 2000, House of Usher, yeah, or Fall of House of Usher, whatever that is. The whole pile of others. He's like the B-movie king. And yeah, so Last Woman on Earth. Man, this was interesting. This is basically a love triangle film. um, so this is more of a thriller than a horror film, or with like a little bit of sci-fi elements. So a newly married couple go on their like honeymoon, and they meet a guy, and he basically it becomes their friend, and they go on a dive trip. And as they're diving, looking underwater at like the creatures and stuff, something happens above where the oxygen is taken out of the air. And as they come up, they realize there's no oxygen in the air, so they breathe with their scuba tanks for a bit, and then we realizes that most of the human population have succumbed to this as they go. So they first find like the fishermen, the boat captains dead. They row their way to the land into the nearest town and find that everyone's dead. So they come up with an idea to cope with how it's going and how to live on. And in the meantime, as this is going on, the two guys are both fighting for the girl's attention. So the girl is she's the last woman on Earth. So and they both have sexual desires and stuff. So she's stuck in this like love triangle to please them, and then realizes the man who she married might not be exactly as she perceived him to be, and the new guy might be more of her liking and stuff. So it's a basically tug of war type of story going back and forth, and eventually they fight each other and more stuff happens. So it was an interesting little love triangle. It's one of Roger Corman's somewhat better films. Characters are really fleshed out and done. It definitely has a really cheap feel look to it. But but still, the concept of like of like being like the last people alive was just a small little portion of the story, where the bigger story is this love triangle and these characters trying to figure things out, and you really feel for them, and it's really they're well written enough to uh, so you can get behind them, and then when like some conflicts come about, it makes it more uh, harder to watch a bit and stuff. But then it does drag a bit near the end. But for the most part, the film was somewhat enjoyable. I thought it was a little bit boring, but yeah, it's a neat concept. They just needed to spend a little more time, maybe a little more money, and execute it maybe a little bit better. But for the most part, it wasn't too bad. If you're a fan of thrillers and like dystopian type of sci-fi, this one might be for you, but it won't be for everyone. A lot of people probably find this really boring and stupid and dull, but I thought it wasn't bad. It's like middle of the road, so I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. There's not much else to say about it. It's a short film. It's only like an hour and 10 minutes, and yeah. But for what it is, it definitely makes it feel like an hour and a half. So yeah, check it out if you want to. I'm pretty sure you can find it for free somewhere. If I can find it, I'll link it down below, or at least link the trailer down below, so you can check that out if it sounds like something you're interested in. And also make sure you check out my Instagram. That's linked down below. That's where I always post clips of films and reviews and feature on my story. There's the film title and hashtag and the subgenre. Film and the hashtag, so you're aware of it. Also, my Letterbox is also linked down below. There are peer reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. Follow me on those two platforms. Stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video. Share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. Let me know your thoughts if you have any. Also, let me know what your favorite Roger Corman film is if you have one as well. And if you have any other films or film franchises in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below as well. I'll try my best to get them as soon as I can, and if I can find them in the future. So, yeah, as soon as I can, anyways. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, because hopefully we'll find something weird, obscure, and on something like this. I probably never thought of checking it together, and so you hear my opinions on classic films as well, newer films coming out, and other things. So, yeah. make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell, because we're going to continue on with this horror, um, older horror B movies and stuff. I think I might check out the film Die Sister Die. I heard that one's really cheesy, so I think I might check that one out for the next one, but we'll see. So make sure you ring that bell and follow me on Instagram so you can see it, and watch out for all watch out for all this global disasters about to take out all our oxygen. I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.